Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you. And I think you'll have to listen. Because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day.
And we won't stop. We will not stop.
Sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so right. It's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart. Doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now
See this? How you cannot go?
baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me it's right.
Neighbors and the
When you
community
came to me,
compelled
who
to
are
scour
you?
the area.
It's you, yeah, boy.
Where does the fault lie on you?
Hey family, how's everybody doing? Come on in. I know it's Wednesday and 3 o'clock came so quick. I want to give a shout out to Tina Powers. She was first in here. She said, popcorn, you get the first ticket, 7929795. Then we got Ruby Turner. She was second in the building. Your number, Ruby, is 7929794. Thank you guys. And then we got Crystal. Crystal came in here. She was spinning them wheels. She was like, popcorn. And I got you down. Your number is 7929793. Thank you guys for showing on up. I love it when y'all get those popcorn tickets. I definitely want to give a shout out to Tina Powers. We were getting off yesterday. Well, not yesterday, but Monday. She came in here. She gave us a super chat, you guys. And I want to make sure at the end of this that I count out her tickets, because I haven't counted out her tickets. And then I need to give Come Holler at a Sister some tickets too, that you guys think I forget stuff. I'm like an elephant. I don't forget. And I want to give a shout out to everybody that came in the building, because we are Cody's Voice, popcorn. And you know what's so weird? Let me see who's all in the building. We got Woke the God in here. How you doing, my sister? I love you. Ruby Turner, Tina, Woke the God, Crystal. You guys, let me tell you something. And I know this is probably going to be maybe if there's more information that comes out, this might be, the last time that, until they sentence Christopher, that we're going to talk about Christopher. Because, come on now, because you guys are thinking what I'm thinking. This is the month for Cody. I want to say this because I know you guys are thinking what I'm thinking. You seen our intro, and we have like 3 or 4 different intros, and all of them got Cody in there, and it's weird because when I say it's weird, it's because I look at our intro and it makes me smile because I do believe that, so many people love Cody. They want to find him. They don't know what happened, but he's going to get his justice come June the 18th. And that's what's all been on my mind. Everybody's counting the days. I've been counting. It was 2 months ago. I'm like, okay, we got 60 days. Okay, we got 59 days. Okay, we got 57 more days. Y'all. And then y'all coming in here, we got 12 more days. Look, we hear Cody's voice. She was like, we got 12 more days. You guys, you say 12, but here's the thing of the whole situation. So today is the 5th. Today's the 5th of June, and he gets sentenced. Cody's I don't even know if he's the biological father, but it just, I don't even want to give him that. I mean, he doesn't even deserve to be Cody's father. He needs to tell us what happened to Cody, and you guys know he's not going to do that. He needs to tell us where Cody is at, and you guys know he's not going to do that. But who knows what's going to happen, because that case was crazy, but trust and believe, they ain't finished yet. They ain't done. They'll ride that lie all the way to the end of time. That's what they're going to do. They're going to ride it to the end of time. But you guys, I'm going to tell you what you got to do on just things that's happening in your life. Because I know things get hectic. You start watching these cases and you're following these cases, and then you don't take care of the things you need to take care of. Now, here's what I want you to do. If you guys do not know, don't try to just get overwhelmed with 50 million things to do or 10 things to do. If you're going to do the laundry, pay the bills, or take care of this, or go cut the grass, or pick up the tree, or fix the car. Pick out, hey Margie, how you doing, my sister? I want you guys to, every day, this is what I've been doing. Because I've been overwhelmed with just, I get in a slump sometimes when I think about these kids. I think it was Margie this morning. I was talking to Margie this morning, and it came back to memory of the little girl whose father, the mother dropped the child off for, to watch. The baby was like 6 months, something like that. And he took liberties to SA her, and the baby ended up, and I can't remember what state this is. I'm thinking it was Oklahoma, you guys. Correct me if I'm wrong, because, Oklahoma and Texas got some really strange individuals. But, the baby ended up having a heart attack. It's the cutest baby. And that baby face, I see it all the time. I do. I see it all the time. I see Cody. I see Corey. I don't see Malia as I used to see both Malia Davis and Malia Bass. I used to see their face all the time. And, but my spirit is okay with them. My spirit is okay with them. And the California City Boys, I still see them. You guys. And I go throughout my day, and this is how, I try to treat people. I just want you guys to know. That's why some people don't like me. They be like, oh, truly, this woman is not that sentimental or whatever. I am. I just don't speak on it. Other people in this world would not understand, like, when you're looking at this stuff all the time, it's not new. It's not new, but sometimes and this is what Margie and I was talking about, like we all, I won't say we all. When I'm saying it, I'm speaking, but I'm just gonna speak in a parable, or I'm just I don't know if you would call it hypothesizing it. I don't know if that's the word, but some of us believe that when we were, born and in a family, and we've been through a lot. People, I got a story. Everybody got a story. And everybody's like, some people are sitting in the back going, yeah, I got a story. SP is right. But you ain't going to say I'm right. You're sitting there and you're listening, and I'm talking to you. So, everybody got a story. Some got a worse story or a better story, or you may think, why? Why did God let this happen to me? Or where was he when this was happening to me? Why my family don't love me? Why did they give me away? Why they treated me the way they treated? Because see, at the end of the day, the world is going to not care about you. They laugh at you. They make fun of you. They say things that's not even true so that they can look better, come up, or want to be above you, or be in charge of you, or think they look cute or something. But and you're just trying to get along. Get along. You want to be accepted. You want to be loved. You want, and here's at the end of the day, people do not know what you went through. You may think they know, but they don't know. Now, when I say you may think they know, I'm not talking about, and you have to be on the level that I'm talking to understand what I'm saying. It's not scientist jargon I'm speaking on. What I'm saying is they have to be in the mind frame of understanding that your behavior let out a lot of what you've been through. The things that you do, the way that you speak, tells a person, you've been through some stuff. Whether it was on your own recognizance that you've been through some things, or people didn't accept you, or you wasn't loved the way you wanted to be loved, but unconditionally, God knows, and he's been there. Now, for some of those of you that know me, know that if something, when you're led by the Spirit, you're led by the Spirit to speak on it. I don't have to explain it to you. You may know what I'm talking about. I may not even know what I'm talking about. But when God gives you something, and maybe you ask to know, or maybe you ask for guidance or understanding, or whatever it is, it's for you. You may not can explain it. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about who don't get it. They're not supposed to get it. But if God put it in your heart and you understand it, don't worry. Because when you're trying to explain it to somebody, it's going to frustrate you that they're not understanding what you're saying. Don't mean that you're wrong or they're right, or vice versa. I'm just saying, when God gives you something, you hang on to that. And regardless of how somebody treats you, they don't know what you went through. So I was talking to my girl Margie Mack this morning, and we were talking about the baby that her father SA'd her. And like I said, we really did not go into a lot of that on this channel about it. We spoke on it. We followed it for a minute. That is one of the cases I really could not dig off into, even though that I'm so close to Oklahoma. I can go to Oklahoma every day, and it would not even put miles on my car. It would take me literally 10, 15 minutes. People be like, surely you're not that close to the border. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I can walk it. I can walk it. But anyway, sometimes there's reasons why I can't speak on that. And sometimes I just think it's me. It's like, Lord, that is the worst case that I ever we went over. Some of these cases, it can be like, oh, we're just talking about it. We're just putting out the knowledge of it, making sure, everybody understand the awareness. But that case, I really could not get into the logistics of what happened, how it happened, why it happened, and anything. Why? I've never heard a 6-month-old baby have a heart attack, you guys. Listen to what I'm saying. Sometimes we want to know what happened. We want to know the details. That detail, the baby's 6 months old. The baby had a massive heart attack. That's what killed the baby. That's the worst case I've ever heard. I try to put my mind around it sometimes, but I don't. You get what I'm saying? Because I probably wouldn't even be going to work tonight if I just really just think about it. But so what I'm saying to you, sometimes you can look at these cases and look at where you came from. So sometimes when people want to complain about their life to me or what happened to them, I really don't want to hear it, because you're here. Your heart didn't blow up because of what somebody did, and your father or whatever. I'm not comparing. I'm just saying that, and the only way I can really take that case is like, this baby's 6 months old. She can't crawl. She can't talk. She just looking around. Don't even know what she looking at. She just looking. Don't have a thought because she don't know how to think yet. Being taught everything. She probably knows how to open up her mouth to get food. That's about it. And she's looking around, trying to figure out who this is and what is that, and ooh, we're gonna eat. That is good. And her father supposed to be watching her and take this child and somehow fixate it in his mind to pull out his genitals and pull the baby's diaper down and go in on her. You look at, I can't even remember the man's age because, like I said, the details of that case, I just couldn't even get into it. It's just unbearable. But, let's say he's 38, 40. The baby's 6 months. And a grown man now, and he's pounding on this child. And when I say child, I say baby. Baby, you guys, baby. That's as sick as it gets. And this baby, 6 months old, in a car carrier, car seat. Don't even know what the heck is going on. Die from a massive heart attack. Sometimes we don't want to know the details. You think you want to know, but that's as bad as it gets. To know that this child had a massive heart attack. So when you go through life and somebody cuts you in line and you want to say F you and your mother effer and all this other stuff, hey, you know what? Calm down. It ain't that serious. Somebody at work talking about you. I got these nurses, they all trying to huddle up together because I'm on this hall. Nobody wanted this hall. So now I work this hall all the time, which is easy. They like, oh, we give it to her because it's easy. No, you give it to me because you don't want it. You don't want all the misfits and all the hollering and the yelling and the screaming and all this other stuff. Which, I didn't want it either. But since I'm the low person on the totem pole to come in, I'll take it. Because guess what? I'm just grateful I got a good paying job. Hello, somebody. And you know what? When you look at things like that, quit comparing yourself to other people and what they got and what you don't have and all of that stuff. It ain't all about you. It's not about you. So we're going to get into the case with we're going to talk about Christopher Gregor. The mom is throwing it out there. He's somewhat of a pedophile, you guys. He's a pedophile. But she also said that the reason why he was at that party, she threw a party when she was 16. Her friends want to know how they can get some liquor. That's why he was at the party. He was 21 years of age and he can get them liquor. And she said that they were drinking, they were doing some drinking or whatever. And she think somebody slipped in her a Molly or whatever. But anyway, she don't remember nothing else. But the next day, he called her or texted her and said something like, oh, we had a good time and he really liked her or whatever. And she was like, she didn't know what was going on. And he told her, yeah, we had sex. We made love or whatever. And so I can understand a young lady done had some drinking, got loose or whatever, or got something slipped in her drink, and that's how she ended up with Corey. You guys, and I can see why she didn't tell nobody, because her mother didn't know. The mama said she didn't know. Now, I'm just going to say this. It don't have to be true. You can take it for what it's worth. Women that, play around with older men's minds and hearts and money and things of that nature, and they're cute and they know they can't afford, they can't go get this and can't go get that. They feel like, and not all of them, I can only speak for myself or somebody that's in that situation. They feel whatever happened to them, they caused it. Because they knew not to mess around. Or why are you entertaining this older person? You know better. But for some unknown reason, an older man liking you and got a car and can get drugs and alcohol and can get a house and, and buy you flowers or something. It normally a man, a father figure, is not in that young lady's life to tell her to not do that. Because It's not, usually, if a man is in that woman or little girl, I say little girl, life, they would tell that man, get out of here. She's 16. You're 21. I'm going to call the police. And they'll leave. Because they know. She said Christopher knew her age. Because he was there to get them alcohol. He knew why they called him. So you remember when I told you guys, girls, they entertain these older guys. They just do. I had a crush on this one guy. His name was David. That's all I knew. His name was David. And he was a short man. He was a man now. And I think he was 18 on up. And I probably was like, I don't know, 7 or 8. He would walk in front of our house every day. I would just wait for him to walk. I'd just sit at the window and wait for him to walk by. And it was the minute he would walk by, I had this record called Ring My Bell. I don't know if you guys even know that song. You can ring my bell. I would sing it the loud as I can, but it made me feel good. And I don't know what I was singing. That's a little harsh for a little girl. Be singing, you can ring my bell. Now, the words just sound fun to me at the time. Not knowing that I'm literally in my mind wanting this guy to notice me. And whether he heard the song or not, I played it every time he walked by my house. And he must have knew I liked him, because he would hear that song and I would be singing it really loud and he would be hearing it. Ring a ring a ring, woo, ring my bell, ring my bell, ring a ling a ling, ah, ring it. Hey Sanja, hey Soldier Girl, hey Nancy. Yeah. So I'm just saying, it wasn't, I didn't let nobody know I had a crush on this older guy. And yeah, I did. He was dark, he wasn't tall, he was skinny. He was probably a really ugly misfit or a throwaway. You know what I'm saying? Now looking back, he wasn't even cute. I think he had bow-legged legs. I think that's what I liked. And you got to think about it. If he's walking, he didn't have a car for his age. So, I don't know why we fall in love and we look at something of an older nature and it does what it does to us or for us or whatever, But I just look at it like this, God protected me from the whole situation. I did speak to that man every now and then. I'll go outside and when he walks by, I would say, "Hi, David." And he would wave hi. He would never step out of bounds, but I know he knew that I had a crush on him. He liked that he knew if he walked by my house, I was either going to be in the window or I was going to be outside so I could see him. And there was no special time or anything. So my whole life was dedicated to looking out the window and looking down the street and just watching. If anytime he ever come out the house, I wanted to just look at him. I didn't want anything. I didn't know nothing to want. I didn't know about those things. I didn't know about sex. I didn't know about kissing. I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think that the song was about that. She said, "You can ring my bell, ring it." Yeah. So anyway, we can judge people. We can judge people that, I think this girl with, and this is just my don't get mad at me. This is just what I think about Corey's mother. I think she was just young. She probably was a handful. Soldier Girl said, I never understood that song. And the reason why I say she's a handful is because remember she said Corey told her that his dad slapped him in the mouth because he said a cussing word. So that tells me that the kids are really a hard child to raise. Because Pooh Bear, he said cussing word, but I tell you guys, my son was a very hard child to raise. My other grandson, he didn't say cussing words. Grandson, he didn't say cussing word. He want to be called AD. I'm not calling him AD. I'm calling him grandson. From now on. So if y'all hear me say grandson, I'm talking about my oldest grandson. I'm not going to call him AD. I'm not going to call him Adrian. I'm just not going to do it. You let your friends call you AD. He was like, everybody call me AD, Nana. I'm going to call you grandson. That's it. Soldier Girl said we wasn't even allowed to think of. Exactly. Girl, do you know I got a whooping because I was dreaming about a guy that told me that he was going to give me this kiss at skating. And when I sleep, I talk in my sleep. Anything that's on my mind, I speak on it. That's why I don't do things, because I would tell on myself. My husband talks to me while I'm asleep because he knows this. He knows. But anyway, my stepfather, I was like, yes, I'm going to give you a kiss when I come skating, blah, 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 or whatever. And I woke up to a butt whooping. He was beating me with the belt. He's like, what you going to do? What you going to do? At skating? I was like, what's going on? Because I never had a kiss before. Now you ain't going to get one. Because you were dreaming about a kiss. Oh my goodness, my stepfather beat the heck out. I didn't even want to, the TH, think about, the TH, I don't even want to think. No, I don't, ink. I wouldn't even say think, I say ink. About a kiss. I'm telling you, he beat the brakes off of you. My stepfather was harsh like that. Anytime that I ever thought about getting out of line, I done got some whoopings just thinking about, or somebody said that they liked me and they was going to be down with me or whatever. I got a whooping. And they was like, what did you do? What did you do? I was like, I didn't do anything. Well, you were thinking about it. Or somebody else was thinking about it for you. I got a whooping for that. This young Mexican kid, his name was George, told my youngest brother that we was going to get down. We was going to get down. And I didn't know nothing about it. So we all went to the store and George was like, I'll follow her. And so we all started playing hide and seek a little bit. I don't know if it was hide and seek, but everybody took off running. And George ran with me and we went by the car and he was like, lay down. And I said, lay down? He was like, yeah, just lay down. I said, what are you talking about, George? He said, just lay down. Girl, I didn't know what he talking about. That was my first encounter where a young guy told me to lay down. I don't know why would I lay down in the yard, between the cars? Right across the street from Wichita State. I didn't lay down. So, we went to the filling station, got our penny candy. That's when you can sell your pop bottles back and get a nickel and all that other stuff. People don't even remember all that stuff. Yeah, George. I got back home And my brother beat me home, and I guess my mama said, "Where's your sister?" And my brother said, she's with George. George said that he was gonna get some. Get some what? Get some of my sister. He said he gonna get some. But when I walked in the house, hey, I got the whipping of my life. So anyway, you guys, if you really start looking back at your life and the things that you went through, you would understand this young lady. I know she's 16 and are 16 now and 16 back then. They a little bit more, I wouldn't say smart. I just say they a little bit more, they got more on their plate. Put it like that. When I say more on their plate, they just got more, awareness of life, the world, sex. Back then they didn't have cigarette commercials, they didn't have sex commercials, they didn't have drinking commercials. Now they got sex commercials, drinking, people walking around in their bras. They make it seem like sex is just so fun. Every music person is naked on the stage. My husband watches the Olympics like he really likes the Olympics. He just like looking at all these naked people bouncing around. I'm just being honest with you. I look at him and he was like, I like the sports. Okay, whatever. It's just people, She said, compare yourself to yourself. Exactly. Compare yourself to yourself. Exactly. So, what I'm trying to say, you guys, don't be so harsh when a person makes very bad decisions because of their age and their background. And you got to remember what kind of parents she had and how much money they had in the house. And I mean, if you really pay attention to, she had this kid at a young age, and there was a party going on and everything she says. It was just, some of us didn't come up in a relationship like that with our parents, She said, Mama should have whooped him for leaving you. Exactly. Knew what George was about to do. Exactly. Okay, woke to God. Okay, you guys, but I just wanted to share that with you, like on Christopher. He just was the mother is still speaking on it. She said she couldn't speak on a lot of things. Fear of it was going to mess up the case, or fear of, some of the things. I just think she feels vindicated. She feels that Corey got justice. Okay? And at the end of the day, Corey's still not here. I think she's now feeling that part. Like, yeah, I know you're happy that you wasn't lying. People know you wasn't lying. I really didn't look at the mom like, everybody did let Corey down, but I believe that. And then she said she didn't do drugs since 2021 or whatever, February 2021. She wanted everybody to know she didn't do no drugs since 2000. I think it was in 2019 she didn't do no drugs in. But see what I'm saying? People, just because of the situation, he found guilty and everything. If she called her boyfriend or the man up and said, can you give me a bump? Nobody know if you got the bump or you didn't get the bump. But at the end of the day, then I don't believe that. And I'm just being honest. And with that being said, she probably won't come on the channel. And, I really can care less. But that's what I think. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that you wasn't fully in your she said, without drinking. I don't know. I just, I don't know. I just don't believe that. And I'm just saying I don't believe it. That's just me. Just because he's found guilty doesn't mean I'm gonna believe everything that comes out of your mouth. But I don't believe whether she was doing that or not doing that had anything to do with Corey being in his situation, because she did not stop trying to get help. But at the same time, you have to say the reason why the father had so much control and had Corey, because he had residency custody of the child. She had visitation rights. How that happened? Come on, you guys. You go get assistant check and food stamps and welfare, and then he ends up with the child, and then you got visitation rights. That don't make sense. That tells you that, and I'm not accusing nobody or anything. She freely admitted to her addiction. Yeah. But did she freely admit that when the cat's away, the mice will play? If you stay on your A game, we all fail sometimes on our A game. We make bad decisions. I get that. And, I made plenty of them. But hey, if somebody's trying to take my child, if somebody, you know what I'm saying? I straighten up real quick. Real quick. But there has to be something. How in the world did Christopher end up with residential custody of this child? And remember, the grandparents, the grandparents had custody of the kid at one time. So I don't give people a clear check and be like, oh yeah, you're good. No, you did, but still. If we clear, you know what? I'm going to tell you guys something. And if you watch the Shay Shay Club, anybody know about Shay Shay Club? Put a 1 in the chat if you know about the Shay Shay Club. It's on YouTube. If you want to watch a good content creator, visit the Shay Shay Club, and he's interviewing Cat Williams. Cat Williams, if anybody's seen the Cat Williams interview with the Shay Shay Club, Shannon, I can't remember Shannon's last name. Shannon Shay, or Shannon Shay. Anyway, you watch the interview. I'm not saying go watch all of them, but watch the interview, Shay Shay Club, when Shannon interviews Shannon Sharp. Thank you, Soldier Girl. Shannon Sharp's interview Cat Williams, and Cat Williams throw everybody under the bus. And I'm going to tell you something. I love Cat Williams. I love him to death. He's a very smart individual. He talks, and it's not ignorant. And you know what? He's very believable. He knows big words, and he just tell it like it is. That little bitty man, I love him. I love him. And not the way he look, you guys. I love his intellect. He can talk to me all day long, and I would just sit there and love how he's paused. He's very confident in what he says. He talks with sharpness. He gets to the point, and I can watch that interview 2 or 3 times, and I love it. But do you know he came on the Shannon Sharp show, Shay Shay Club, and he talked about Ricky Smiley. He talked about all the comedians and what they did, what they lied on, how they stole this, how they act like they the biggest, who they didn't like, who's sleeping with who. He talked about Diddy and wanting to have a virgin booty hole, and that's why he's not into the show business like them. But he's made a name for himself. He can say what he wants. He said he wants to be in Hollywood, but he wants to keep his virgin booty hole. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Anyway, and he didn't know, and he said when he was a kid, he wanted to be God's friend. Now, take it that his mother and his father was Jehovah's Witness, and they don't believe the same things that we believe. I try to tell you guys that. I was speaking to somebody the other day about, and it was at work. I was speaking to them about, people that say, they love the Lord or they love God or whatever. We all don't believe in the same God. Just because somebody say, I love the Lord or I love God. What you take as God and what I take as God is going to be 2 different things. Is it the same God? No, it's not the same God. You know what? Because my God, I know this about my God. And the things that you say or not say about him. Just like Cat Williams. He said that his parents, there was no such thing as God or something of that nature. But somehow he believed if there was a God, he went and adopted all these kids. And he wondered if there was a God, that's what he wanted to be. And everybody laughed at him. He wanted to be God's friend. So what I'm saying is it the same God? It's not the same God. You know what I'm saying? But you can believe what you want to believe. It's not going to take anything what I believe. You can't make me understand what you're talking about because I've already have an understanding. And I'm not going to let nobody shake that. Just like you shouldn't let somebody shake your understanding. You get what I'm saying? So the lady at work, we were talking about God and why he allows some things to happen. And I never want to argue about it. Some people want to push you into an argument or they feel like they won the conversation because they talk over you or talk louder or they bring some words of facts to the scenario. But if you go and watch Cat Williams and just when people talk to you about God, don't get into a confrontation with them because what you get out of it is for you and what they get out of it is for them. And they don't see what you see or you don't see what they see. There's nothing wrong with that. You ask God to reveal it to you, then he'll reveal it to you. I asked him all the time, did I miss something? Is it something I'm not understanding? Because I don't want to be hard-headed. But anywho, you guys, it definitely can't be the same God, or whatever you perceive God is to you or something. But I'm going to deal with what God has revealed to me, open my eyes to see. So I tell everybody, don't get mad, don't get frustrated because people don't see eye to eye about something. What's for you is for you. And if God wants you to see more or see less, that's what you'll see. Or the way you see it, or the way you perceive it, or the way you interpret it, or what you get out of it, or what you didn't get out of it, or things of that nature. And people be like, oh, it should be the same, or whatever, or whatever. You got to remember something. You've got different countries interpreting a Bible, interpreting words of different nationalities and races that goes back decades of years and years and years. I mean, 200, 500 years ago and stuff, and things of that nature. Of course, some things that's going to be displaced. It is. It just is. And then people, they look for the scientific reasoning, or they got a glimpse of something, or they know this. But if you ask God for understanding, He gives you the understanding that you can't understand. We're just not gonna be able to understand it all. And then so that's why when it comes down to these people that has made these horrible decisions, I thank God we have a God. I thank God that ain't none of y'all. And I love y'all. Trust me, I love every 12 of y'all that's in here right now. But I would not want y'all to be in the jury box and I'm on trial. I would not. I'm telling you. No. I got a God that I have to make sure that He's okay with me. And after that, I'm good. I don't care what nobody else thinks, say, do, live your life. Get it, not understand it or whatever. But we speak on it. I'm still going to say what I say. You still going to say what you say. But I'm good with God. And I'm good. When I say I'm good, like if I died right now, this is what I'm saying, y'all. If I died right now, what I know and understand, my understanding of who He is, and what He revealed to me, if that ain't it, then that ain't it. Ain't nobody on this earth gonna be able to convince me otherwise. They just not. I'm good. I'm real good. Because if that ain't it, there's nothing I can do about it. You understand what I'm saying? He gives all knowledge. Matter of fact, remember when He was asking the disciples, who am I? And one says, you Elijah, you're the prophet, or you're the such and such. And then He went to Peter or Paul and he was like, who am I? And then He said, you're the Son of the living God. And He said to him, there's no way in the world you could have known that unless my Father has given it to you. Because the knowledge wasn't there. There's no way you could have known that. Now, did everybody else know it? They seen the miracles, but they still didn't know it. They didn't know it. But to rattle something like that off, think about it. This is before all the computers and cell phones and going up in space and all of this stuff. So He revealed it to everybody. Everybody's seen the miracles. But the only person who answered the question was Peter. Or was it Paul? I can't remember which one it was, but nevertheless. Don't quote me on who it was, because it really doesn't matter to me. People like it should. Why? To know it? No. I just know it happened. See, I don't get into logistics. I don't need everything explained. So when I'm looking at this girl's situation, I'm not trying to judge her. I'm not trying to judge her. Her name is Bree. I'm not trying to judge her. I'm just saying, when I look at it, and everybody, I love everybody. Sometimes at my job, I do get frustrated, but at the end of the day, they pay me what I weigh. So I go in there and I try to do the best job I can. But there's nothing wrong with what you know and what I know, or what I believe and what you believe. We ain't got to argue about it. You keep continuing to know what you know and believe what you believe, and I do also the same. Now, I would love to say that I believe that she was not in her addiction, but I don't believe that. And that's all I'm saying, you guys. I just don't believe that. I believe sobriety. That's the word I was trying to get at. She was in her sobriety. I don't believe that. I believe the reason why she didn't have, the residential custody of the baby is because she still had issues. Now, she can come on a channel or something, be like, oh, I just hate that SP. She don't know what she talking about. They just gonna say whatever they want to say. You know what? You got to live with that. And you can't tell me nothing different. Now, I'm not saying the Spirit told me that. I'm just looking and I'm watching. And I just can't see them taking your child from you and handing them to the father unless there was a reason. That's all. Because in court, whether the father there, the mother there, or whatever, y'all get 50-50. When you don't get 50-50, that means you doing some stuff. Okay? It don't matter if you're a good father, a good mother, or whatever. You get 50-50. When people be like, I just told him the father, I didn't know that he would get visitation. What, you think? I didn't know that they was going to go after him. What, you think the government just going to take care of your kid? Government ain't trying to take care of just... And the father just can just go on and make money and live a good life. But then the taxpayers paying for that child. The father should pay. And he should have access to the child. And maybe you didn't know. She said she didn't know. Maybe you did know. But these days, people talk and they know. When you go apply for WIC and food stamps and government assistance and a check, you got to give them that information. Giving them that information, they're going to sit there and say, we just want to know who fathered this child. We want to know who was rocking those boots, girl. They ask you those questions. Who's the father? For a reason. Because we're going to give you a check so the child can survive and eat. And it's not for you to go get your nails done. But we're going to go after who is the cause of this child being here and you're trying to do it on your own. Because yes, you made a mistake. You laid down with somebody and you want them to just go on with their life. We can't not let them go on with their life. This is a part of that child. Maybe they know, maybe they don't know. We don't know the situation. But we need to go get our money that we're giving to you so you and the child can survive. Because we need you to survive so you can take care of the child. You just don't get a free check. You think the government just going to give you a free check and then be like, okay, we're just taking care of kids. You had an option. You didn't have to tell him who the father was. You could have told him it was Jimmy John. And then Jimmy John could have went up there and took the test and found out it was Jimmy John. Well, then I don't know who it is. But you told them exactly who it was. You know? Without a doubt. You know, some of the story doesn't make sense of inviting this older man to a 16-year-old party to get drink, and then once they get drink, y'all slept together, and there must have been a Molly in your drink because you don't remember anything, but you know he's the father. People sometimes only tell you what they want you to know. Or, see, I'm not beating up the mom. I'm just saying, you can't believe everything, but I mean, she happy about the after fact. He got guilty. It still don't bring Corey back. I feel sorry for the mother because I believe she was caught in, with grown folks. It is for the reason that I never utilize any type of welfare for my girls because I didn't want those people in my business. Exactly. Because what I say is people, they make up a whole narrative of you and don't even know you. I got these nurses right now. I've been there 3-4 months now. And I say to myself, I don't really speak too much. Ask the question, hey, where's y'all this at? What do you do with this? And who do you call for that? And how do you put this order in and da-da-da-da-da. I ask questions because they've been there longer. So, of course, you're supposed to ask questions. They looking at me like, anybody on the street comes in and do the job, they need to know where y'all keep the specimen bottles at for the UAs. I'm not going to know that off the top of my head just because I'm a nurse. Now, where do you keep it at? It ain't like you have to go to school to figure it out. Y'all keep it where? In the bathroom, in the closet, in the suitcase, in the nurse's station, in the, under this cabinet, over here on hall 5, or where? I don't know. So me asking you that question does not take away that I'm a nurse. But they looking at me like, oh my God. I didn't ask you a scientific question. But these nurses do that. Now, take in consideration, these is all 3 white nurses, a male and 2 females. One nurse got an RN with a master's degree, older lady, dumber than a box of rocks. I'm just saying, and I did. The other one, she might be knowledgeable, but she just want to be somebody's boss. The male, he's very nice. He knows computers very well. So I know who to go to if I got a computer question. I know who to go to. I give everybody the utmost respect, regardless of what I think of them. But because I asked you, where you guys keep the specimens bottles at, I turn my head and they looking at each other, giving them the goo eyes like, oh my God, she's just stupid. I'm going to tell you something. I didn't say anything, but I see you. I see how you looking at this other nurse just because I asked you a question. And then y'all quickly turn your head, and I turn around, and y'all look back at each other again, like to verify. Yeah, I just want you to know she ignorant, she dumb, she stupid or whatever. And I turn and look at you again, and you turn your head again to let you know that I know what you think of me. Be very careful of who you labor amongst. Know your surroundings. Know your surroundings. Anyway, you guys, that's a little bit of knowledge. And that's for Bree. Being a young lady, yeah, possible what she say. It's more to the story. We'll never get it though. And they do things without your permission because you took that little bit of money. My youngest daughter father tried to send us money a couple of times, and I polite. Yeah. Soon as you take that money, they feel like you have to tell them something or whatever. People are something else. People are something else when they give you some money. Government, and I'm not bragging on it, because I tried to get some welfare assistance when I lost my job. I had no income coming in but some child support, and I went there to the social SRS, that's what we call it here, welfare office, and filled out all this paperwork. Took me about a good 30-40 minutes filling it all out, giving them everything but my birthright for them to tell me no. Who your mama, who your daddy, where you live, how much income, where did you work, do you rent, do you own, how many kids, who's the father, what's their social security number, I don't know, what's their age, I don't know. Well, you shouldn't even lay down with them. That's what it basically tell you. If you're filling it out, you be like, shit, I don't even know this nigga's that. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm telling y'all what my mind tells me. Excuse my French. Anyway, you don't know those questions. You don't know the answers to those questions. You probably shouldn't have been laying down with that person. You don't know their social security number. You don't know their last name. You don't know their middle name. You don't know who their mama is, their daddy is. You mixing your spirit up with something you don't even know because they look good. Ring my bell. Ring my bell. Asking for something you don't really want. That's why I don't get hard on these girls. Because I know we all been there. I've told you my story. But we've all been there where we fixated on an older guy, or an older guy took advantage of us because of not having a father in our life, or whatever, or being in a situation where you just had to get away from your house, and you want to blame, like me. Where would my life be had I had a father in my life? Where would my life be? You make one change and everything change. So you wouldn't have the kids you have. You just wouldn't. So don't sit there and be like, well, if this wouldn't have happened to me, then da 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 da. Well, you wouldn't have the kid that you have, and you probably, everything in your life would change, not just that one thing. Really listen to what you're saying. So thank God for whatever you went through. You went through it, and He was there to protect you. Whether you believe it was protected or not, you're still here. and you got something to do. Hopefully, you're walking in your destination. You got something to do. I'm always and forever trying to walk in my destination, whether it works out or not. You guys see me. I've got hats. I've got 2 jobs, a husband, 3 kids, 2 grandkids, and a dog. And I'm just trying to put all of this stuff together. What am I supposed to do? I believe I did everything, but evidently I didn't. I'm still here. And I'm going to school. Hello. I don't let nobody tells me I'm ignorant, I'm dumb, I'm stupid, I don't deserve this, I don't deserve that. Well, how much they paying you, and oh my goodness, how did you become a nurse? Or blah 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 blah. Because God said so. So you can either be on the ride with me and enjoy it and see my falls and all the hiccups that comes with it, or you can sit on the bench and laugh. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, I'm continuing to work with what God gave me and where He wants me to be, and you should be doing the same instead of laughing at somebody else's calamity. I'm not laughing at this little girl's calamity. I just told you guys what I believe and what I don't believe. That doesn't make it right. And I'm not telling you guys to, you don't have to agree with me or not. I'm just telling you what I believe. At the end of the day, Corey is still gone. So it doesn't change the outcome. It doesn't change the outcome of Corey's situation. He's still gone. But to open up your mind of the knowledge, not just the world of the physical world, because you can see it, but the spiritual world also. And then you ain't got to be spiritual to have some kind of ideal of how this all played into a reality, because it happened. You don't have to be spiritual. You can watch and look. And hopefully that if you have kids and grandkids, see, I've got a daughter that hasn't had kids yet. And I'm pretty sure she's going to go through some struggles. And hopefully I can be there to help her. But I keep in conversation with my kids. Hopefully you do the same. And I'm just so happy that I've got my oldest daughter. She's like 33. My son, he's like 31. And my baby girl, she's like 21. And I'm like, thank God. I really did not realize it takes a lot to raise kids. There's not a book. You're going to make mistakes. You ain't got to lie about it. It's your life. We all make mistakes. But I am glad that Christopher is in jail. Hello. And that's life, you guys. That's life. And he'll do his time. Hopefully the judge is going to convict him in August of his charges and sentence him. That's what he's going to do. He's going to sentence him, you guys. He's going to sentence him in August. And when it comes to Cody, we're looking at June the 18th, you guys. I'm going to keep letting y'all, every day we come on here, because every time when I see, his little smiling little face, little pumpkin head, oh my goodness, that's a beautiful child. She says, making mistakes is part of parenthood. It becomes even harder to explain if you are coming from a marriage to a vet veteran and you are a veteran, but you need help for your children. Exactly. I did it. I had to give the people my baby daddy's name. Exactly. For me, the hardest part is helping my adult children navigate relationships they didn't want to listen because society told them different. Exactly. You got some. Got some what, Valerie? Anyway, we talked about a little bit of everything, you guys, and it's just keeping your eyes open. Stay true to whatever God told you. Stay true to it, unless He tells you otherwise. And I know that's a different subject on another different day, because one day I even asked God, I was like, okay, Lord, everybody say you're a non-changing God. You're the same God you was yesterday, today, and and blah blah blah. Because this is how the world has taught me. But then when I read the story about this one prophet that was going to, I can't remember where he was going. I guess he was going over there by Mount Sinai. But he was visiting a king, and the king wanted him to prophesy about taking over the Israelites. And all the other prophets had told him that you can overcome them and all this other stuff. And then this one prophet said, no, you can't. These are, they're blessed, or whatever, whatever, whatever. But then he was going to what was it? Demise? God, I can't remember. My head is so, I've worked too many straight days in a row, you guys. I'm actually on the, hold on. I'm actually on the 1st, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is my 7th day in a row working 12-hour shift. And then I still got to work tomorrow. And then I got to work Friday. Then I got to work Saturday. Then I got to work Sunday. So my very next day off is Monday. Damascus, thank you, soldier girl. He was going to Damascus, and he was on Straight Street, and he was riding on his donkey, and somehow these angels or whatever had these swords or whatever, and they was stopping him, and he was hitting the donkey on the left to the right. Then finally the donkey just knocked him off his ass. And he was like, I'm going to kill you, donkey, da-da-da-da-da. And the donkey was like, why would you want to kill me? I haven't done anything to you. Do you not see, what was it, these angels or whatever, standing there with these swords? They're not only going to kill me, they're going to kill you. And the Lord spoke to the man that was on his way to Damascus and told him, because he already had told him he can go. He said, yeah, but only say what I told you you can say. Because I said, well, Lord, and this is a conversation me and the Lord had. I kid you not, I promise you. I said, but did you change your mind? He didn't change his mind. The person that was riding to Damascus, in his heart, had changed. So evidently the Lord had to come and tell him, no, you're looking at all these houses full of gold and silver and everything that this king's going to give you to say that he can take over the children that I have blessed. Do not do that. So me and the Lord spoke on this on my walk. 8 years celibacy. And the Lord said, I didn't change. I had to remind him to say only what I tell you to say. Because evidently in his mind or heart, he was going to probably say something different so he can get all that money, because the king put him on the highest mountain, almost like what Satan did to Jesus when he was walking in the wilderness. It was just weird to me. I'm telling you guys, when you walk, you can ask questions about things You may not be able to explain it to a natural person, but if they really want to know, you tell them to go talk to the Lord about it. You tell them. Because I say, Lord, why do I know these things? It's because you ask. Maybe the ones really not have. They say they ask, but they really have not asked. They ask with already an answer sometimes. But if you really want to know, only thing you got to do is ask. He either going to tell you the truth, because he can't lie, or guess what? You don't need to know it. It's not for you to know. It ain't some things don't even benefit you to know. But I did ask him that question, because I was like, but you changed your mind. He said, no, I didn't change my mind. He changed his mind. And anyway, I shared that with you guys, but I really don't share too much of my walking, because a lot of it I don't really remember until sometimes we be conversating or whatever. But I just shared that with you guys, and I don't even know why. It's for somebody, or it's for me. Who knows? Anyway, I want you guys to just always remember where you at. I noticed something that he has put in my heart, and it has kept me a long time, and that is, even though I know we're going through life and we're making these bad decisions and everything, but if he wants me, I'm doing the best I can do. But if he wants me to do something and I'm going the wrong direction, then go ahead and correct me in that direction. Sometimes it is painful. Sometimes some people be like, I just lost my house. Yep. Maybe you're not going in the right direction you're supposed to be at in your walk. So don't quit crying about the house, or quit crying about the car that's broke down, or quit crying about your child that didn't come home. Quit crying about that, and just serve the Lord. Because wherever you're supposed to be at, that's where he's got to put you there. If you're serving him, so you're going to have to trust him that he's going. If you're going the wrong direction, he's going to put you on the right track. It just is, you guys. I'm good. I got to go, you guys. I spent a little bit more time with you today than I have. Oh, Tina. Let me pull your tickets real quick. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. Tina, you've got all these tickets. You want them all? Keep them all? Whatever. Oh my God, you got some tickets, girl. And I still, oh Lord. Your ticket number is Soldier Girl says, I'm crying because I didn't lose it. Pray for me, please. That reminds me, if God brings you through it, he will bring you through it. Yeah. Glory to God. Yeah. 7929796 797 798 799 800 801 802 803 804 805 806 807 808 809 810. Thank you. I've got them all right here, and I will be putting them in there. And thank you guys. I'm going to get off of here. You guys have a great and a beautiful day. We'll come on Friday. We're going to have we're just going to talk about Cody Bigsby. And because that'll be coming up, that's the 8th. We'll have 10 days after that. We're going to celebrate. We're going to knock these 10 days out. We're going to be like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think I have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day.
And we won't stop. We will
as bright
not
as the
stop.
sun. Come, won't you come along? feels so right, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now
See this? Now you cannot go.
baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right.
Neighbors and the
When you
community
came to me,
compelled
who
to
are
scour
you?
the area.
It's you, yeah, boy.
Where does the fault lie on you?